the objective is to grow the DC brand, to grow the DC characters, but also our job is to protect the DC brand. And that's what we're going to do.
It's Coffee Talk with SYLABDUL. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe now.
Wake up in the morning, eyes crusty, heavy yawning. My phone keep going off, so I shut off the alarm and then head into the kitchen to get the coffee brewing. French roast with French vanilla, my own French revolution. Next movement is to tune into Coffee Talk with Sil. My girl is toss a yap if I tell her she need to chill. I hear enough of the yapping from all of these goofy shills. Plus I'm trying to be informed of whatever's the latest deal. For real.
What's up? What's up? This is sylabdul here for Coffee Talk. My music a little bit too loud. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Coffee Talk. This is where we talk about the latest in DCEU. As far as what we're hearing in the streets. Got the occasional Marvel, MCU, Star Wars, etc. Plus the business behind it. That's what we talk about. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see Paula, Sickness, Socks, Israel. Same Sonic. What's good? We here. Interesting couple days. AF Watcher. What's good? Vodka. A-Pass. What's good? Yovik, Sarah, Scraps, Real Talks Productions. Let's get into it. Neck Rhyme, I see you. Got a few things we want to touch on before we get started. Again, I know everyone's kind of buzzing as far as on social media about the news of BATFLECK. We're going to talk about that as far as the reshoots with the Flash. Really exciting stuff, man. Like, just as fans of DC, I'll just speak for myself. I didn't want to see the Flash film fail. And it really seems like they're trying to save this film, man. They really are putting a lot of effort into this film. Shout out to Lev in the chat. Savage Bat. There we go. Let's go through the usuals here. Patreon link in the description. Interviews, full interviews coming to Patreons real soon. Plus production information. Massive update coming after Seattle Comic-Con. Coming soon. Later this month. Discord, link in the description as well. I'm doing an audio call tomorrow. So I want to say this now. If you follow me on Discord, if you're a part of the Discord, I should say, we're going to do a live audio call tomorrow. More details are coming. I'll post any updates in the Discord. If you jive with that, jump in there. DC Snyder Facebook group. I throw my latest chatter whenever I hear it if you're on Facebook, cool spot to be. IG, TikTok. Plus I have my link tree is in the description. I forgot to add this to the list here. You catch all my links, follow my link tree. I update it with the newest content and stuff like that. Cool stuff coming. We got retro in the chat. There we go. So directly support the platform. If you use PayPal, just like normally, the best way to support the platform is through the Stream Elements link. Link is pinned on YouTube, plus it's in the description. If you don't use PayPal, then there's super chats. If you're live, super thanks. If you're on replay, shout out to the replay crew. They're like killing the likes as in the past couple weeks here. So shout out to y'all. Plus, CASHAPP link is in the description as well. Much love to all the support. The scoops. Krypton Core, what's good? Did I shout Necron already? I'll shout him out again if I didn't. Members, I'll say real quick, if you're a member of this channel right now, a little update from Mikey Sutton coming up. I think Mikey's kind of jazzed up with all this news coming out. He wants to drop something to you at about an hour and a half from now. So if you're a member, what do you get for membership? You get a forecast of the future of DC. That's the first level forecast. What's coming? Mikey Sutton will tell you. Second level, you get the DC plus Marvel and Spider-Man. What's coming? Second level. Third level gives you all that was mentioned before, plus Star Wars and beyond. Plus, you get archive members live streams. Half the time we do member live streams. If you missed a lot, every member can catch the member live streams if you're able to catch it. If you, for some reason, don't catch it and you're at Rogues level, Marvelous level, that's level 1 and 2, then you get the appropriate portions. Like level 1, you get the DC stuff uploaded to you within 24 hours. Level 2 gets Marvel and Spider-Man uploaded to you. Level 3, you get the whole damn thing. Also, there's a level supporter, collaborator level. Those are folks who just wants to support the platform, and then I'm planning a show with them. Depending on how many people can make it, we may do several shows. Sil Nation Live, that's coming up after I get back from Seattle Comic-Con. Members update today. That's the point I want to make. Black Wolf, become a member of the channel, people. You don't know what you do not know. Most of us are a year ahead. Don't be a beta. Be a month more. It's okay. Well, yeah. We got to work on the messaging, Black Wolf, but I appreciate your support. Anyone watching, you're not morons. Just smash that like, though. Smash that like. How do I upgrade my membership? It should be the join button, to be quite honest. Not sure how YouTube kind of has that laid out for you, depending on your region or where you're from. But shout out to Real Talk Productions. I'm not really sure if it's not giving you that option for some reason. Mikey Sutton in the chat. Hot members on the way. Mikey, I think we're going to do that members live. I think, right? I think we're going right after this stream. Members stream. It's wild right now, right? So members, I think you want to be a part of this going forward. Real quick for the channel, Scoop Center with Mikey Sutton every Monday, currently 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know how we get down, Scoop Center, and then we do the wrap-up show on Twitter Spaces. I do the recap show on Twitter Spaces. Where I do a full Q&A. It's limited spaces, and I need to add that to that next time I say that. So when you see that link come out on Tuesdays, if you want to be a part of it, you better go on and jump on in there, because it is. I try to keep it from like 15 to 20 people. We have a nice intimate conversation together about just a recap of the past week of Scoop Center, of BATFLECK, and we're going to talk about something else in a minute here with the Flash. So. And I give, a lot of people an opportunity to talk, and we do back and forth Q&A. It's really cool. It was a really good experience last week. If you're there, you're there. If you're not there, you don't hear it. We got Bo Johnson keeping the Snyderverse hope alive. Man, I mean, they're changing the Flash film. And I'll get into more of that. I've heard from more people since I put my story out, which is amazing. Like when I'm realizing when you break a story, that gets people on their phone, because they want to make sure, like, okay, is he telling the truth? Or they may want to debunk me, right? Like a confirmation specialist. That's what me and Mikey do all the time. When a story comes out, we're like, okay, let's talk to our peoples. If it's not true, I've heard from 3 sources now that what I reported with Ben Affleck fixing the third act of the Flash film is 100% true. I don't know if I got any screenshots saying it was false. We saved the screenshots last time for Aquaman. Just for, I'm just saying. Better be sure before you press send. That's all I'm saying. The internet never forgets. And I don't either. Zeno, it's a few bucks for another cup of coffee. We got to all to be awake for this new era of DC films. I mean, I'm excited for this new DC. Hashtag new DC. Zaslav is taking the brand seriously. And that's all we really wanted. Is Zack Snyder going to direct everything? No. He's not, but they're picking his timeline from the Snyder Cut. And so I'm excited to see the story of this Superman, of this Batman, Wonder Woman, etc. Right? I'm excited for that. And then Zach's going to do his team-up film. I mean, it's the best of both worlds right now. That's how I feel. I know people have their own opinions about that, and that's all good. We can have that conversation, right? It's all good. No shade, no shade. Protect the brand. That's right. That's right, A-Pass. We got Bell in the chat. Y'all should know who Bell is. You know, that's part of the Furies. Hey, Bell, when we going to do another Furies? I'm just saying, Bell, when's Bell coming back to sylabdul Inc.? That's what the streets want to know. That's what the streets want to know, Bell. We'll talk later. But I'll put Bell on the spot. She's like, oh, hold up. I didn't sign up for this. Oh, soon. Okay, there we go. Soon. Yeah. Yo, let Bell know. Yo, we like when Bell come through here and she gave her 2 cents about what's going on, about the fandom, about DC, and we chop it up, right? And shout out to Rhea, part of the Furies. Cool stuff. Got the Savage back. If you're not Japanese, stop complaining about cosplay. What's going on? Did I jump into a conversation I wasn't aware of? Shout out to Savage back. David John. It's all good. Yo, Mikey's hyping up this this members live stream coming up is in an hour and a half from now. Members live stream is happening tonight. If you're not a member right now, you want to be a part of this. You want to be a part of this tonight. It's happening. You did okay. Shout out to first off, Bell's had my back. First off, Bell and Rhea. That's why they're the Furies. That's why we did this quarterly show that we do, Bill, with Bell and Rhea, because they had my back. They see what the street's talking about, but they know over here, y'all know, like, I love the DC brand, and like if it's some bullshit, we'll call it out, and you know, and I know Bill got my back with that. But if it's some good DC, like BVS, that's what we're gonna talk about, right? So shout out to Bill, have my back for sure. No Bell pride. David's on the roll. David's on the roll. Yeah, members live stream. I'm just gonna be really clear. If you're a member, no matter what level you are, if you're free an hour from now, become a member if you're not already. Live stream with Mikey Sutton. Now, if you missed the membership, if you missed the members live stream, then you know, a certain level you get certain spots of that show. But cool stuff that we're doing. Shout out to the support. Yeah, we got 217 in the chat. Smash the like, subscribe if you're not. You kind of want to, I'm just gonna say this. If you want to know the latest, because it's kind of been proven what we're putting on this platform now. So that's up to y'all. If y'all want to be a part of the latest, I think you're going to want to be sub to this channel. I'm just, it's kind of like the choice is yours, right? I can ask you to sub, but hey, that's up to you. What experience do you want? Right? We've been through the future a couple times already on this channel. So I think you want to be sub to this channel. I'm just going to throw it out there. But YouTube tells me to keep asking y'all to sub to the channel. So we got Black Wolf says, I'm not joking when I say this. You should use "you don't know what you don't know" as a slogan for membership, because members, people for real. Yeah. Become a member. Become a member for real. Shout out to Black Wolf holding it down. And Black Wolf has bared fruit live, because we got a new member, Bo Johnson, Rose level member stream coming in 1 hour and like 15 minutes from now. We got you. But at the very least, I'm just gonna say, very least you should be smashing the like button. That's the first thing you should do when you come into a sylabdul Inc. stream. I'm just gonna say this. You should be smashing the like button. That's the first thing. And then after you smash the like button, then it's like, maybe I should be a member because I kind of want to take a trip to the future. Where we go, we don't need roads. I'm just saying. So that so that's the first two things you should be doing as soon as you come through here. Smash a like, become a member if you want to. But make sure you smash a like and sub. That's the first two things you should be doing. And I do not think you'll regret that. Real talk. We got Spacing Llamas, also Rogues level member, just joined as well. Shout out to you. Supporting the cause. Yo, we take out to the future, y'all. I can't say that enough. Shout out to y'all smashing that like. Let's get at least 200 live. You know how we do. We got 240 in the chat, so we should be at 200 likes right now. We really should be. I'm just saying, I just go by the law of averages. Shout out to Sky, Anna Cardosa. I see y'all coming in here. I see everything. Let's talk about one thing real quick because I'm going to talk about, again, the BATFLECK scoop that really went crazy internationally yesterday, which was nuts. I mean, I had messages coming in, like, I'm Eastern Standard Time, right? I'm in the States. I had people messaging and tagging me and stuff like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, because they're in different regions, right? But it was dope because it's like this information here. It's one thing with BATFLECK and Aquaman. I'll talk about this in a minute, but this was like an international scoop, what we dropped yesterday, right? And as a fan, I'm excited, for the future coming forward. But before we get to the future, let's talk about something right now real quick. Real fast. Yo, shout out to Chris Wozniak. I did connect with him on Twitter. I did my own research with this old Batman Gate. What are we talking about? Batman Gate. Basically, Chris Wozniak has a actual story of Batman that was hijacked and taken by Reeves and his writing crew for Matt Reeves' The Batman film. But that's cool if someone used your story, right? Just on the surface, but they didn't credit Woz. And that's the story that we're going to touch on in the near future. I'm going to make sure we're going to set up something. I'm going to Comic-Con, Emerald City Comic-Con next week. But after that, I'm going to connect with Woz. We're going to get a nice conversation going forward. We got a new member popping up. Yellow Galchun, shout out to you. Rogues level. Members live stream coming up in 1 hour. It's going to be nuts. So Batman Gate, that's what we're talking about, that Matt Reeves, apparently stole a story and did not credit the actual writer of that story. And they tried to, move elements around to try to make it like it was original, but it wasn't. All right. If you don't know about this, it's going to be on full blast this month. All right. It's going to be on full blast this month. And that is what it is. That is what it is. But shout out to Woz. We got your back because we see the evidence of what they was trying to do to your story, bro. And like, he should get some writing credits. That's it. Get this man his money because you stole his story, right? But we'll talk about it. Full conversation coming up real soon. Out Nolan, right? A-Pass? Not so much. Amazing. Let's talk about, we're going to lead up to the BATFLECK scoop because, again, I did drop this already on Twitter Spaces. So if you know already. We'll talk about it. But the BATFLECK scoop from yesterday was pretty nuts. We got 250 in the chat. Smash the like, subscribe if you're not. Let's get those likes up there. So, oh my God, he begs for likes, bro. like I said before, we put a lot of time into this. The least y'all can do is smash a like if you're watching this. I got no shame saying that. But the BATFLECK scoop from yesterday was nuts. So I kind of explained this on Twitter, but I'm going to say this to y'all now, leading up to new developments I want to talk about today on this stream. That's what this stream is about an update to what I already put out there. Amazing. So since the earnings call, if y'all listen to I did a stream about Zaz's earnings call. In there, Zaz committed to releasing the Flash film, right? And what people were surprised were like, what was going on? Zaz was talking to the money people, right? Goldman Sachs and other banks that were there asking Zaz questions about what should they invest in going forward. And Zaz said, yo, the Flash is coming out. I'll paraphrase that. So that was interesting that Zaz admitted to that live. So since then, there's been different stories sensationalizing, canceling the film, canceling Ezra Miller, etc. But that's not what I was hearing. Right? So I was kind of just laying back. I was like, okay, what they gonna put out there? Because I know what I heard. I just want to see what everybody else heard. And there's talks, oh no, there's Zaz has been outvoted. Though he's been like making all these decisions himself, but the board is behind David Zaslav. I just want to let y'all know that. Like the board is like half of the Discovery board that he had before. I think they're behind David Zaslav. I gotta put it out there. But according to a report, is that Zaslav has been outvoted. They want to shelve the Flash film. Zaslav just told the money people the Flash film's coming out. So y'all connect the dots with that. I'm not gonna call out anybody or no accounts out there. I'm just saying, does that make sense to y'all or not? Okay, we'll go forward. All right. So after the supposed outvoting of Zaslav, I was told information about going forward with the Flash film. So, and I'll talk about that. But as far as the BATFLECK scoop, again, that's when I was told that there is reshoots of BATFLECK, third act of the Flash film. And that's what we're going to talk. We already talked about it. We're going to talk about a little bit more today. We got Black Wolf Inc. Says, by the way, fam, the Rock story from Scoop Center Monday. I realized Rock is doing with Superman. He's playing the heel, building up suits. Pro Wrestling 101. Make your opponents matter. You're going to see Superman, like I said, October. Whether you like The Rock or not, whether you like his team or not, and I'm not saying the Black Wolf. Black Wolf knows what's going on. But just anyone out there that's like, I don't know. No, The Rock wants to play ball, right? And I've been reassured of this from multiple sources outside of my report. The Rock wants to play ball. Mikey told y'all that already. Mikey told y'all that like over a year ago. I'm hearing from newer people that's saying the same thing, and they're pretty reliable outside of that, right? That's why I say hashtag new DC. WBD, they know DC has been underserved for years. We did get the Snyder Cut last year, but outside of that, what? No doubt. What we got? We got 140 likes. We should be at 200 likes. I'm gonna be really honest with y'all. We got 260 in the chat. Smash the like, subscribe if you now. We got a little more information about the Flash reshoots. Like we said before, the BATFLECK scoop, very interesting. Let's go into the new. I'm gonna kind of transition to the new information before we phase out with a couple of questions and comments before we get to this member stream in about 45 minutes here. Was good. Brendan Hayes, Lava Man cannot release another Justice League underwater. There we go, Brandon. I was waiting for you to say that for about a week. He must present a Snyderized reboot. Aquaman 1 resonated with little kids. It was goofy. Aquaman was okay, Brandon. Come on, man. Zack Snyder Justice League showed us the original vision for the character. I think you're going to get something in the middle, right? Momoa likes this little giggle fest for some reason. But Aquaman 1 was not that bad. I'll be really honest with you. I have no problem watching that film. Nicole Kidman kicked some ass in that film. I don't think it was that bad. Did it change some elements that Zach was setting up for the Snyderverse? Yeah, James wanted to take some liberties. Yeah, because he thought Zach was gone. I'm not saying that excuses anything or not. I'm not making no statement with that. But Aquaman 1 was, was it 2018? Wasn't that bad of a film. Aquaman 2, they're fixing it. All right. They're fixing this film. They're fixing the timeline. So, yeah. I got no problem going forward with the Aquaman franchise. So we got 44 in the chat. I'm not clicking on none of your comments, bro. 44, I'm just playing with you, man. He just wants Zach back. I know. You just want Zach back. It's coming. Team up film coming soon. But in the next year or two, probably not. All right. So when I was told about this this reshoots, right? Because it all kind of blends together to the new information that I have here. Nick, keep smashing that like. So after the earnings call, I was told, things are happening. Things are bubbling with the Flash film. I was like, okay, what's going on? This after the earnings call, y'all. This last week. More is happening. Additional photography, / reshoots. Interesting. Because that's, again, recommitted to the Flash film coming out to the money people. That's why I was like, I don't care what no one else has to say. If you're not putting money up with these projects, it actually doesn't matter what these other people are saying. And that's how Zaslav rolls as well, too. So anyone else like, I heard that they outvoted Zaslav. The money people ain't saying that. That wasn't me. That's not what Zaslav told the money people. So, yeah. Let's continue. So that's when I was told about Ben Affleck third act, right? I was told Ben Affleck reshoots. Now, why do I say third act? Because Ben was done with this film. What was it, last year? He put out a statement that, not a statement, but it was an interview. I did a nice finish to the character, right? Like that was. I hope they keep all the footage I gave him, is what Ben Affleck said last year. He was done. The first act was pretty solid. Then we find out that he had a post-credit scene where they were setting up something. Ben Affleck was still in play. And he knew this last year. Outside of that, I'll back up. Let's back up 4 months. Whatever was on tape for Ben Affleck 4 months ago, that the Snyderverse was alive then after the merger commenced, and it was confirmed by the screening that the Snyderverse was a separate universe from whatever the Flashpoint timeline was trying to do. Ben Affleck, his footage was good enough, whatever they had on record, which I find interesting. But then I hear about, new footage of Ben Affleck. So what do you, if the first act is solid, according to the screening, Ben Affleck is not in the second act at all, according to people that saw the film. And then there's a post-credit scene. He's not in the third act either. The post-credit, you get Ben Affleck. So why on earth would Ben Affleck be back on set for the Flash film if you already nailed the first act with him? You're not going to add him to the second act because you're on, whatever this world is in the past of Keaton and Sasha Kaye. No reason, to add Ben Affleck to the second act. You don't got to change nothing in the first act because I heard that's had the highest score of any part of the film, the first act. Coincidentally, Ben Affleck's there. So it sounds like they're changing the ending of the film. Right now, I theorized that, but then also I heard from two separate sources after I put my story out that third act is changing in the Flash film. Right? Interesting. So I was intrigued when they told me this part, and they said, we waited a couple of days to put this out. Then people started talking nonsense about the Flash film. So okay, we gotta kind of put this out. Now, outside of them reiterating Cavill's gonna be in October, but I'll talk about that another time. Outside of that, because that's a whole nother story. Oh man. Whole nother story when we get to Cavill. We're gonna bookmark that for a future stream. Especially in October. I got more details about Cavill, Black Adam. It's gonna be an interesting conversation, y'all, in October. Very interesting. I think positive. I think it'll be positive for those who know what I like. Third act changing. Yeah. I'm fully convinced the third act changing now. When I did my report, I wasn't sure. I was like, well, can't be the first act. It can't be okay. It's got to be the third act. Now I'm hearing from multiple people, no. It's a third act, bro. It's a third act. Yeah, Cavill, Black Adam. Hold off on Cavill and Black Adam. But that was part of the conversation I was having with the sources about this. I was like, but they tripled down on Cavill and Black Adam. But we'll talk about that in October, okay? Because there's more details with that, which I think will be very interesting. It's going to start a whole nother conversation. But that's why it's I got to hold off on this Cavill talk. Got Mark Russo Brothers DC films possible. Snyder would approve. Well, I mean, just quite honestly, it's not up to Zach, who would direct the DC film, but why not, right? They got a 10-year plan. They got multiple projects. They want to highlight the Trinity, quality first. There's all this stuff that Zaza is saying to the money people. I trust what he's saying with that. So I can say for sure. Shout out to Necron. October's gonna be an interesting month. I'm 100% the third act changing in the Flash film. Like I said, since I put the story out, I heard from several people already. That's where we're at with this film. Something's changing. Let's see. So what they say after that. Again, let's talk about Cavill again. We'll bookmark that. But Ben Affleck reshoots. The films, they're planning on putting the film out. That's recent information, right? So I did my BATFLECK story. The internet goes crazy. Internationally, I mean, you got people, all kinds of different languages tagging me. I had to use that little translate button because I didn't know what they were saying about me, right? But they was like, yo, this is coming from the sources that told, sylabdul that Ben will be an Aquaman, right? And so as long as people know like where this is coming from, BATFLECK back on set. Cool stuff. So you already know, like when I ask my sources, when they tell me anything, I try to press. Mikey knows, like when Mikey tells me something, I press him so much. And it's like, who else is on set, right? You got BATFLECK there. I'm not sure if Ezra is going to be back on set. Just want to be really clear with people. I think if they're changing the ending, you kind of don't need Ezra on set at all, because you could just green screen it and fit it in there. So they, as far as I know, I have not heard Ezra Miller back on set. But what I was told after I talked about the Ben Affleck and fixing the third act of the Flash film, they was like, oh, I'm now hearing Michael Keaton is coming back on set. So like, okay. Because early June, I was told, as far as the scoop I was told last month, was that Keaton early June was on set with Ezra for the Flash film. They changed something already. And that was my original report. I put it out there. It was confirmed that they did reshoots. They didn't tell you who was on set, but I'm telling you, it was Ezra and Keaton early June. What I'm being told now, and this is something I didn't say to the earlier crowd that was on Twitter. They already decided on continual additional photography. So what are we talking about? Continual. They're really going to touch up this film as much as possible. This Flash film, I think, and Mikey probably can touch on this. It seemed like there's, the theory was they're going to put another 100, 100,000, what 100 was it? Yeah, 100 million. I'm sorry, 100,000, 100 million in this film to fix it, to make it a DC event. You got multiple Batman, you got Supergirl, all this stuff. It sounds like, and I'll just say this now, because when it's being portrayed to me as continual additional photography, which is really reshoots, however you want to, reshoot such a bad word, right, for film studios, but that's what's going on here. I believe they put the 100 million down. Zaza said, let's fix this by any means necessary. By any means necessary, they're fixing this Flash film. Black Wolf. The goal is to wrap up the Flashpoint timeline. Praise Black Jesus. Could Keaton finally be given that that Batman Beyond film? He should be in it. Are they fixing? And that's what it's leading to. When they said, okay, we know Ben's going on set. That's all they knew. They said, no, I'm actually hearing Keaton's come back on set too for continual additional photography for the Flash. This is going to be a several reshoots for this film. They're going to fix the Flash film. That's like the underlining point I want to get to y'all today. Whatever they have to do to fix this Flash film, it sounds like they're committed to it. Now, is this changing Keaton's fate in the film? I believe so, because you already canceled what he was going to do in Batgirl, Supergirl, a Flash spinoff series for HBO Max. They canceled that as well too. Ezra Miller was supposed to be in that series. So you canceled every spinoff of the original ending of this Flash film. Now you bring back Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck for the third act for some reason to fix something. I hope they spin off Keaton to some kind of Batman Beyond. That was Mikey's original scoop, that's what Keaton would do. Sounds like that's what they're setting him up for. So they're going to pause. I wasn't supposed to click on your comment 44. Dang. I tried so hard not to click on that comment. We got Brandon Hayes here. I understand a lot of men stuck with a bunch of Hamada-fied clown table-esque films that he did not greenlight. But the Snyder Way is the answer. Hybrid of both tones will just further divide people. I think if Zaslav is smart, the first act of The Flash is Snyderverse. I'll say this. The first act of The Flash has a Justice League vibe. It's going to say this. All right? First act. That's probably why it's the strongest act in the film. And in most films, it's kind of uneven. The first act is usually the best because you're using, before it was tampered. The first act always kind of turns out good before the descent. And that may be what this film is. So the first act's solid. Second act, you leave in the Snyderverse, you're going to whatever they're calling this world with Keaton and Sasha Calle. I still don't know. I don't think it's Burtonverse. I don't know what it is. Is it Hamada-verse? I don't know. We're going to find out. But I did hear that's a strong part of the film as well, too. Keaton has a solid role in the second act. Third act, it just, shit hits the fan, right? So I think if Zaslav smart, he wants to focus on that third act. Make sure the ending is what it should be. It sounds like you're going to see more Batfleck in the third act. All right. Are they switching roles? Should Keaton be the one lost in time? Yeah, he should be. We'll see. As soon as I find out, I definitely would let y'all know. Shout out for Muhammad with the £1 super chat. Just showing some love, I'm sure. We will see. We ain't got 200 likes yet. I'm just saying. We got 310 in the chat. Smash the like, subscribe if you're not. Continual additional photography is the scoop for this here. It's going to be multiple touch-ups with the film. Now, does that mean that Ben Affleck and Keaton will be together on set? I'm not sure. Not sure. But the fact that Keaton's coming back, they're fixing something here, man. Multiple levels of fixing this film. Ben Affleck's doing more with Ben after this film, yes. No one read what 44 says in the chat. It's like, I know this is a quick one, but any comments or questions, throw it in the chat. We're going to close this out in about 10 minutes here because I have a members live stream to get ready for Mikey Sutton. So you members, be ready. Be engaged. I probably can answer a little bit more for the members. I'll be quite honest with you. But the main headline, the third act of the Flash film is changing. And they're changing. Now they're expanding Ben Affleck's role in this film, whatever that means. And they're adjusting Keaton's role in this film. That's the scoop. That's the update. I think, and I've always said this, I think they want this information out there, to the DC fandom, hashtag new DC, because things are changing. And they want the public to know things are changing with this film. So whatever you heard before, that's not what you're getting. Aquaman 2, you already know that's changing with Ben Affleck and possibly Mera changing, but we'll see about that. So we'll see going forward. Any comments or questions? It's going to be the quickest coffee talk ever. But that Keaton angle is very interesting. And I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot more about what's going on with this. It's going to be interesting going forward. Retro says, do you think they are changing the focus from Flash to Batman? I hope so. That might save the film. I'll say this, as far as what I've heard about the film, you can't miss Barry Allen. So this is a Barry Allen story, right? And, so can they put a little bit more Ben Affleck? I think so. That may help the press tour as well, too. I mean, if you see Ben in the third act, then it's like, okay, bro, this is dope, right? What they're doing. So we'll see. I feel it'll be mostly the same story that that we're already getting, but they may kind of tweak how where's Ben at the end of this film? Where's Ben Affleck? Where's Batfleck? And then where's Keaton? I think that's the only thing they're really switching with this film. So we'll see. Yeah, new member Michael Colville coming through member stream coming up. Rogues level, yeah, be there for the live stream in about 40 minutes. Mikey, you got some extra. Appreciate you joining. Brendan Hayes. I don't mind that after Zack Snyder's Justice League that Ezra goes on a bad Dreamverse adventure, but he needs to return to Zack Snyder's Justice League world. Aquaman needs a Snyderist makeover. It's getting there, Brandon. I promise you. It's not Josh is Underwater, bro. Not a Josh is Underwater Snyder hybrid film. No, I think they're fixing that, with being there, with really the changes they're making in the Flash as well. They're changing Aquaman. And who knows if there's more reshoots with that, right? All I heard was for last month. I think they're changing out Mera. They're doing a lot with Aquaman 2. I'm ready to support that film as a DC fan. Aquaman 2. The Flash, it sounds like they're pulling their sleeves up and giving people what they want. They want Ben Affleck, man. Let him finish out his arc, right? So we'll see. We will definitely see. Muhammad Affleck as main universe Batman instead of Keaton. That's what it sounds like they're doing. Well, and I'll reiterate what I heard. Is that Ben? I was told Ben would not come back unless he was going to do multiple projects as Batman. So Ben is back. We already know on Aquaman 2. That's a film he was not a part of before. Now he's getting called back up for Flash reshoots, which could be under the old contract, but okay. You didn't need any more Ben Affleck in this Flash film. Now he's back. And then I'm hearing third act from multiple people. Yeah, something's changing with Ben Affleck. We're going to get more Ben Affleck. And then I think we're getting that solo project, team-ups, what have you. Ben is here to finish his arc. Rick Famulua for The Flash. I have not heard, or for DC, period. I have not heard. Now, I think Star Wars, Lucasfilms, I think they're going to keep him tied up, Rick Famulua. For multiple projects. He's a part of the Mandalorian. He may get a Star Wars series, that's just whispers, just chatters. So they may want to tie him up because he's a great creator. We already know. I mean, DC, again, another failure of the old regime, of the Sujihara regime and Emmerich, that they let a creator like Rick go. All right. So insane. And he was pushed out only because after they tried to go against Zach's vision, they started messing with Rick's vision. That's why he's with Star Wars now. Insane. But I mean, that's not the only person they pushed out. They pushed out Christopher Nolan. They pushed out a lot of people. Like, this whole regime was ridiculous, right? Another hashtag, another favor. I've heard no talks of the Suicide Squad sequel, but I would just go off what Mikey was. I don't know if it was a theory or what he was hearing. Gavin O'Connor, Batfleck project. That sounds about right. Affleck supremacy. But that's the update, folks. You already got Ben Affleck back for the third act from multiple sources with that. Keaton, his role is being adjusted with continual additional photography. Very interesting. Very interesting going forward. This is a development story, obviously. And this is getting really interesting. This Flash film, they want the masses to watch this. And if they're putting another $100 million on this film, they're going to need to get as close to $1 billion as possible. Like it has to actually probably do better than BVS to make a profit at this point. But it's saving and protecting the DC brand. That's what Zaz have committed to the money people. And I think that's what they're doing with this Flash film, man. Hey, I'm ready to support. If they're giving us what we want, I'm supporting this new DC. And especially if Zach comes back for that team up, we will see. For this channel, as I mentioned before, members is coming up in about 40 minutes. Members live stream. You could be any level of the member. You'll catch that live stream with myself and MIKEY Sutton. Very interesting stuff coming up there. If you missed that live stream, then you get your appropriate upload, whether it's DC, whether it's DC Marvel, whether it's DC Marvel Star Wars. You'll get that after within the next 24 hours there. So shout out to all of y'all supporting this. This has been another amazing week of content. And hey, let's see what happens, right? What's coming up with this channel? I don't expect a live stream tomorrow, but a Scoop Center, as I said, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what me and Scooper Supreme, MIKEY Sutton, gets together, and MIKEY gives you the top 3 scoops and whispers that he's hearing, plus his reaction to current news and DC, Marvel, Star Wars, etc. Fun stuff. Make sure y'all there. Again, hashtag new DC. Hashtag Batman Gate. I'm going to talk to Waz real soon. We're going to get to the bottom of that. Hashtag People's Champ. We out here, y'all.
Sylabdul ink to speak true as he bring the news. Coffee talk, stay brew, kick back, get real comfortable. Here to stay, no on delay, make sure I be's informed. On the road, on the go, playing ball on that pavement floor. It's a lifestyle right now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Guaranteed all week's going to always be on time. That's my word, y'all heard from Il Divino Vega's mouth. What's the words? Much more than what these networks talk about.